for two sisters
Together forever.
United against life as we know it.
with an appetite for the macabre.
I'm slitting my throat. You should definitely hang.
All it takes is one night and one bite.
Let's get out of here.
What was it?
Big dog, maybe?
Did I change last night? How with the moon?
Ginger's changing.
How do you feel?
Wicked. They're just being normal teenage girls.
I think she's gone.
Ginger snaps and bites.
We're almost not even related anymore.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. So today is officially October 1st. I am so excited. As you guys know, this is my favorite time of the year. Absolutely love the fall, Halloween, and everything. And I told you guys that I wanted to do a, month or two of just reviewing scary movies and films, things like that. So I wanted to get started in September. Unfortunately, haven't had a chance to really do that. I reviewed Haunt. But I definitely wanted to do a few more reviews in September. But better late than never. We're going to go ahead and get things kicked off here in October. So keep an eye out for some more reviews coming your way. A lot of, older films, things like that. And I decided to kick off the month with one of my personal favorites, and that is Ginger Snaps. So check it out, guys. Here we go. Alright guys, so for those who aren't familiar with the movie Ginger Snaps, it came out in the year 2000, which is pretty crazy to think about. And basically what the movie is about is you have these two sisters, the Fitzgerald sisters. One's Ginger, who Catherine Isabel plays her, and the other one is Bridget, and she's played by Emily Perkins. Basically, they're two sisters that are super close. They're, gothic, kind of punk or whatever. They love taking these weird morbid pictures of each other, and they're outcasts at school, but they're super close, so they really don't need anybody else. So at one point in the film, basically what happens is they're going to play a prank on one of the popular girls in the school, and as they're kind of sneaking around at nighttime, Ginger ends up getting attacked by a werewolf, and she ends up getting the werewolf curse. So as the film kind of unfolds, basically, Ginger starts turning, more and more into a werewolf as it goes on, and Bridget has to try and find a way to save her sister. So that's, the basic plot of this movie for those who have never seen it before. So we'll go ahead and start with, things that I really liked about this film. There's really actually, several positives. I really don't have many negatives with this film at all. The biggest thing for me is definitely just the chemistry between these two characters, Ginger and Bridget, again played by Catherine Isabel and Emily Perkins. I think that their chemistry is awesome. You really get that feeling that these two people care about each other. They reference several times in the film that they would rather die than leave the other one, there alone. So you can tell that these two are really close. So as Ginger gets bitten and this werewolf curse kind of takes a hold on her, it's really kind of sad to see these two really kind of getting split apart by the werewolf curse. So that really adds another layer to the movie that sometimes you don't always get with your typical monster movies. So that's something that I really appreciated. I thought that both Emily Perkins, who also was in the It miniseries, and then Catherine Isabel, I thought they both put on, really good performances as far as these two sisters go. They, made them really believable characters and people that you actually cared about. So that's always a plus when it comes to horror. And as I said, this is more than just your typical monster movie, run-of-the-mill kind of film, because not only does once Ginger gets bitten by this werewolf and gets attacked, and then she starts slowly turning into a werewolf as the film goes on. As that is happening, as that starts, it's also at the point in her life where she ends up getting her first period. So, you know, it's that weird kind of time in everyone's life where strange things are happening. And then, so not only does she have to deal with, you know, that, but then she also has the fact that she's slowly turning into a werewolf. And can you just imagine like freaking out about that? So I thought that, you know, that whole aspect of, you know, the movie really added another layer to it, and really, in my opinion, you know, makes it stand out, especially, you know, among werewolf movies, but just really, again, with monster movies in general. So that was something that, you know, I really appreciated about this film. And actually, you know, I saw this a while back, you know, when I was younger, but I just got the chance to revisit it. And, you know, I feel like this still really stands out, you know, just as a film with, you know, a couple of those different layers added to it. The last thing that I want to mention too is just that, you know, as far as this movie goes, it's pretty, you know, low budget. You can tell that it wasn't some like, you know, high end kind of, you know, movie, but sometimes that can hinder a film. I think that in this case, it actually kind of works for it, for me, because it makes it just feel a little bit more gritty. And that, you know, I think is just adds another element that, you know, really works for this film. And then there's also a solid amount of like blood and gore in this film. You know, it kicks right off right in the beginning where we kind of get introduced that there is, you know, a werewolf lurking in this, you know, this town or whatever, because we end up seeing a dog that this mother ends up discovering, and it's, you know, it's ripped apart by the werewolf. So there's a solid amount of blood and gore throughout this film. So definitely, if you're, you know, if you're queasy, might make you a little like uneasy. But if you love, you know, just like, you know, werewolf films, monster movies, things like that, I think that this is really going to be a treat for you, especially if it's the first time, you know, seeing this movie. So again, you know, I had a lot of you know, likable characters. You know, Ginger and Bridget, I thought they were both great. The mother, which can't think of the actress's name, she was kind of odd, but she does have like kind of a nice like character arc. There's a little bit more to her, but at first you're kind of like, you know, she's just kind of like the oblivious mom. Same thing with the dad, they're kind of oblivious, so kind of those cliches. But there was like, you know, a couple twists in here and there in the film that I thought were nice. And I also like the character of Sam, who is like the drug dealer that is trying to help Bridget with, you know, the cure to try and fix Ginger. So there was definitely a couple characters that I really liked, and I actually didn't realize. I was looking back on, you know, looking up the cast the other day, and I didn't realize the kid who plays Sam is actually the same guy from, because I was like, I know him from like somewhere else. He was in Final Destination 3 as well as like a couple other movies, so I knew I recognized him from somewhere. But a lot of cool characters. You know, like I said, I really feel like this movie stands out amongst, you know, just like the werewolf films. It's probably one of my favorites up there. I would say, you know, like obviously American Werewolf in London, The Howling, but this is definitely up there for me. You know, like I said, it had been a while since I'd watched it and just got a chance to revisit it, and in my mind it still holds up for the most part. The werewolf transformation is pretty solid as well. So it's a really fun movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you check it out. And overall as a grade, I give this movie a solid 8.5. So definitely recommend it. If you guys have seen Ginger Snaps, you know, what are your thoughts down below? Let me know in the comments. And what's your favorite werewolf movie of all time? Let me know down below as well. So like I said, guys, keep it locked to the channel. I'm going to have, you know, a bunch of more reviews coming for you guys. I'm actually going to go get to see Fright Night, which is awesome. I'm getting to see that in theaters actually this week. So I should have a review for that for you guys, as well as the new Joker film. So a couple of reviews as far as that goes. So definitely keep an eye out. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell button, just so that way you do get notifications for all my new videos. And as always, guys, make sure to check back for more Pop Culture with Pat.